It has been almost a year that we've been living in this workshop with my parents and our family, which now has 2 kids in it, jam-packed like sardines, and it is finally time for us to move out. So come along for the ride, because I'm going to show you what we've been up to as we've been building our farmhouse yurt. When we tell people that we are building a yurt and we're gonna live in one with our family, most people have no idea what we're even talking about. So a yurt is a Mongolian nomad home. Traditionally, they would travel around with them, so that was the appeal. Is it's this really cool design and it's portable, although ours is gonna be permanent here on the farm. So the first time that I ever saw a yurt was on a road trip with one of my very best friends in Oregon. We road tripped up the coast, and I remember it so clearly. This night we were just going to tent camp, and the guys told us that a yurt had come available that night, and it was $70, and we were on a really tight budget on our trip, and we just thought it sounded so cool, and neither of us had ever seen or heard of a yurt before. So we decided to splurge and spend the $70 to stay in the yurt, and so we just had a blast. It was the coolest little thing. I think it was probably a 10-foot yurt. It was a really tiny one with just a couple bunk beds and a little table. And we had so much fun, and honestly, that was the beginning of a dream for me. I left that place thinking, I just want to live in a yurt. At some point in my life, I really want to live in a yurt. I knew it was probably not plausible for, forever, but the dream started there, and I'm so excited that it's actually happening. Other than my own personal experience having so much fun staying in a yurt in Oregon, we decided to do a yurt for our family because 1, cost-wise it made so much sense. 2, it's gonna last a really good long time out here on the farm. Even when our family has moved on into a bigger house that we wanna build one day, we'll still be able to use the yurt as hopefully a guest house or for farm hands to live in, or any number of things. It's just good to have structures you can trust. And then also, we just think it's fun and aesthetically pleasing. It's unique, it's quirky. That's kind of one of our things. So we're excited to do something that most people don't do. All right, so I took you through this trek in the woods to show you what we've been working on so far. So come this way. Here we are. Believe it or not, this is not a giant swimming pool, it's our foundation. So why did we build the foundation in the shape of a big bowl? Good question. We built this 3-foot pony wall around the floor foundation so that we can gain 3 extra feet of headspace in the loft area. So our plan for the interior is gonna be full kitchen, full bathroom, 2 small bedrooms for the kids, and then we'll have a loft area that we'll have Mason and my bedroom and an office space for him. We are very tall people, and our kids are as well, so we would be doing a lot of this up in the loft if we left it at the floor level that it normally is. We're gonna build the yurt on top of this wall, which will gain us that 3 extra feet of space up in the loft and just make it feel bigger in general. So the plan is to mill a ton of our own lumber, build a big deck all the way around the yurt. So you'll get up on the deck. The deck will be at the pony wall level, and then you'll walk down a few steps into the yurt. As you can see, this area that we're in is very wooded. We picked this spot on the property because it was already a little bit of a natural clearing. There were no big trees that we had to take down, but also it just has a magical kind of feel being tucked back in the woods, as well as giving the practical benefits of a lot of wind protection from the elements in general, and a lot of shade, which is great because we just got through a horrible, horrible summer and we can use as much shade as we can get. Choosing a spot in the woods obviously means we have to clear that area out. It was a big job. We had a lot of trees to clear, small trees to clear, a lot of sand to move, had to dig up big roots. We had to flatten out the whole area to get it ready for the guys to come in and pour the concrete. And also, as you may be able to see, there are vines everywhere on our property, which hopefully won't be the case forever, but those definitely take time to take down as well. And they're covered in thorns, so it makes the process a little prickly. You can see that there are pipes sticking up in the foundation or out of the foundation. The yurt will be fully plumbed like normal. We have a septic tank installed over on this side with a big leach field out into the woods. So yeah, that was the first thing to go in, the first big project after clearing, and I'm excited about it. I have done extensive research into yurts and all the different companies that make them. I researched all of this before we even talked about building one for our family because, as I said earlier, it's been a dream of mine for a long time to live in a yurt. So I kind of already knew who was out there and who was making yurts, and I had known for a long time if I ever actually got the chance to live in one, this is the company that I would want to go with. Their prices are by far the best. Their customization options are awesome. I had reached out to them before, and their people are super nice to work with, and so I was really excited about using them when we started realizing that this dream was about to become a reality. So we reached out to them to see if they wanted to be a part of this journey with us. And we are so excited to announce that they're our first ever YouTube sponsor, Pacific Yurts. They're an amazing company, yurts.com. They have made this whole process so smooth and easy. So now that we have our foundation in place and all of our plumbing, we're ready to go, and all we're waiting for is that call to go pick up our yurt. And now Mason has something very special planned for our first ever sponsor.
Pacific Yurts. Pacific Yurts. Pacific Yurts. Whew, it's almost as hot as Pacific Yurts in there.
Pacific Yurts! Pacific Yurts!
Pacific Yurts. Pacific Yurts! Pacific Yurts! Pacific Yurts! Pacific Yurts! Pacific Yurts! Pacific Yurts! Pacific Yurts!